Hi, welcome to Miss Annette's Little Farm in the Big City. Hi! How are you? I hope that you are having a wonderful day because it is a wonderful day here on the little farm. Now, first of all, let's start with school is back in session and our nice peaceful days of summer are over, so there's going to be extra noise. Right now there's men talking in the other room with very loud voices, so I'm sorry about all that noise, but you know what? That's just part of being here on the little farm, right? Right. I know you guys don't mind. I think it's more of a me thing than a you thing. Okay, so it is another beautiful day here on the little farm, and it is so cool and crisp in the mornings. I am thinking about fall. And I'm thinking about all of the things that I want to do this fall. So I thought today I would share those things with you. In my mind, I'm always thinking of how to make things better or change them a little bit. I guess that's something, an affliction that creative people have, is that they always like to be creating or doing. And one of my favorite places to create is in my garden. So I have some plans for the fall here on the little farm, and let's start right here in the shade garden. So I am thinking, and this happened to me the other day when I was working in the fairy garden, I am thinking of moving this bench from the shade garden to up against the fence in the fairy garden. This is a really nice place to sit, but I already have a couple of chairs down there to sit in the shade. So I think if I move this over to where this big hosta is and the climbing plant, I can't remember what that is. Okay, well anyway, if I move this bench over there where the ducks are right now, I think it would be a nice place to sit to enjoy the fairy garden as well. So we'd have a place to sit over there and a place to sit down here. And if I want, I can move, the sun's glare. Okay. So I can move this over there, and then you have a good view of the fairy garden. And then we have the chairs down here in the shade, not exactly in the shade garden, but a nice spot. Anyway, and then I can just either fill this with plants, or I can even move those chairs up here, which I probably won't because that'd be too many sittings. But I'll leave those there and then move this over here. I think that will be nice to have a little spot. And I can even get another of these concrete planters that I really like with the ferns, and I can even get a bigger one and put it here. Oh yeah, oh, see, my mind is working now. I can even get a bigger planter and put it here, and then fill it with a lot of plants that like the shade. Okay, so then we can move some things around, try to fill some things up with that stuff. Can get moved easily over here to the shade garden. And one of the things about the shade garden is this hemlock tree that the goats have really tormented it and chewed it up really good. And I love this hemlock tree, but it is, we're gonna have to pick one, the hemlock or the willow. So I'm not sure if this will get done in the fall or not, probably, but this hemlock will have to come down. Plus it's getting in the wires. See that? Can you see on the camera? I don't know if you can. It's getting in the wires that lead to our house, and that could be a hazard during a windstorm. So we're gonna get this, and it'll be a little bit sunnier in the shade garden, but it will still be shade, and then kind of a good mix of sun and shade. I think the plants will like that even better though, because the plants always seem to be doing better on the areas that get a little bit of sun. So that'll be nice. Okay, let's go ahead and go down here and talk about the reading teepee. Oops, jump over the pumpkin. The reading teepee is one of my favorite spots on the little farm, and it is so nice and cozy, and it is perfect for naps and scrolling and reading and just enjoying life. And it's the perfect size for me, but it's a little bit small. Now, my plan for the reading teepee is to move it. I love it, and I'm not going to get rid of it, but I'm going to move it because of the mini orchard. The mini orchard is so nice, and you can't really see it very well because the reading teepee takes that big space. So I am thinking of moving the reading teepee. Hang in there, you guys, because this is going to be a big job when I think about it, but that's okay. We don't mind hard work, do we? All right, moving it to this area over there where you see the old windmill is. Moving it to that area, taking out these fences because really we are not using that extra paddock at all. So I would like to move the reading teepee over kind of where the windmill is and get rid of that tree that's half dead because they really cut it back, and then get rid of the fence. Move the little house over a little ways because it's still cute and we may use it for something, I don't know what. But we'll move the house over a little ways and then put the reading teepee in that corner, and then I can plant some more hostas back there and maybe a couple of hydrangeas and make it really pretty, because right now I can't really plant anything around it other than the trumpet vine, which is fine. The trumpet vine really gives us a lot of shade in there, and I will plant a trumpet vine or even a what is it called? Oh, I'll either plant a trumpet vine or a wisteria on it. The trumpet vine is so invasive that it's kind of a pain. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see what we plant back there, but I'm planning on doing that. That is a big operation, you guys. Can you picture it? At the end of the trail of the reading teepee, I will dig all those bricks up and I will make the trail a little bit wider at the end, and then I can use those bricks somewhere else. Right now, the tea garden is full of pumpkins. We have pumpkins everywhere, you guys. And the other week I moved my planter so that it could be out of the pumpkins and it could continue growing. Now, here in the tea garden, I really like that my phlox and my milkweed came up that I transplanted last year, and it looks exactly how I thought it would. But I still want it to kind of spread out towards the back. So my plan is to get more phlox and plant them in the back, and also in that area over there by the fountain. I want to get some more phlox and some milkweed and plant them over there behind all the other plants. And that is about it for this. It's full of pumpkins and it looks nice. Oh gosh, what am I thinking? It's hard for me to think. I think I'm hungry. So let's go ahead and have a little snack. We'll make a little snack and then we'll go around and look and see some of the other things that I feel like I want to do in the fall here on the little farm. Let's go make a snack. Uh-oh. Good snack. So right now, this area looks a little messy. I I just feel like it looks cluttered and messy, and I need to put some things away. But I have things out because when we get guests, I have extra chairs out, and I have some games out, I have some things out for when we have guests. So I do, the mess is kind of okay, but in my mind, it's not neat enough. Anyway, let's talk about this space. And one of the things that I really want out here is kind of an outdoor kitchen and a comal where I can make tortillas or make different kinds of meals out here. So we are in the designing stage yet, but I want you to look around because I have an idea of what I want to do. I think my idea for an outdoor kitchen or an outdoor cooking space will really be, I'm super excited about it. And I think it's going to be something that the whole family will enjoy. I think that when the kids come and we can cook outside, or when mom comes and she can cook outside, I'm super excited about this project. It's still in the early stages of this is what we want to do. And I've been playing around with some different designs. I haven't really come up with the perfect design yet. I want to go to the Stone Center and look around. I don't want it to look modern. I want it to look like it's always been here. So I'm not really quite sure what that looks like or what it's going to look like. I'm Pinteresting, I'm Googling, I'm putting it out there so that I can come up with a design. And then once I come up with the design, then I'll start working on the materials, and then I will start this project. And while I'm doing that, I will be looking for a small table and some chairs to put here so that we have a small eating space, not a big one like our other eating space, but something smaller so that more intimate, maybe 2 to 4 people, if that many, we'll see. But I have a kind of how I want it laid out, but we'll see. I'm excited about this project. So hopefully we can get that done this fall. Fall is the perfect time to be doing heavy construction like that when the weather is cooler and you don't get overheated. So let's talk about this space, this living space that is nice and roomy. I really think that I could use a small table and a couple of chairs, 2, maybe up to 4 chairs in this corner. And then on the opposite side would be our cooking space where my little red barn is. And that's about 6.5 feet. So I think that would work out perfectly for us. And of course we would put the red Kubota grill, use that in that design, and then move the furniture a little bit more forward so it would be a little bit cozier, but I think it would be a lot of fun to have that cooking space in our home. This spring I planted some fruit trees up front, and unfortunately they didn't make it. I think they got cut down by the weed whacker, I'm not sure, but the front driveway has been a thorn in my side, and I just don't like the way it looks. I really want to work on making it look more pleasing from this, giving me a little more curb appeal. I understand, Steve put those willows in, and I'm not sure that he's using them. I've used it more than he has. So I'm thinking of moving the willow and maybe putting in some hydrangeas. I love hydrangeas, but putting in some hydrangeas instead, just to make it look a little more appealing from the street. Let's go take a look and see what I'm talking about. Last fall, I put up a new fence, I did a little landscaping, and I worked on this rock wall in the fall of last year. And it all looks really nice. But this is the bane of my existence. the side where the willow is growing, and all kinds of weeds and plants, and it's just not being maintained. And I haven't really been maintaining it. I didn't plant it, but I feel like since it's not being maintained and it's really scraggly and awful looking, I feel like I really want to get it out and remove it. And this is where my trees were, and you can see the little stub. But anyway, so I want to take out the willow and plant in, maybe I'll even do some boxwood, something that is low maintenance and still looks nice. But I think I really want hydrangeas, but maybe boxwood, I don't know. Yeah, this is going to be quite a job because the willow is really deep and it's very thick. Fall is a really good time to get those big heavy-duty projects accomplished. That way it'll be nice and cool, and you'll be able to not get all sweaty and gross and tired. I don't know about you, but the heat makes me really tired, and my projects are really short when it's hot outside. I can only do certain things in the mornings, and then once it starts heating up, I'm done for the day. It's time to sit. And the older I get, the more that is going on. And that's okay. That's part of the beauty of getting older, is that you can relax a little bit more and take your time to do things. All right, I took my shoes off. So there we go. Another beautiful day here on the little farm. That is my list for fall. Let's see if we can get it done. I have been thinking about these projects and dreaming about them and thinking, once this heat subsides, we still have August to get through, so we'll be doing still some things outside, maybe starting on projects if the weather cools down a little bit. Maybe we'll wait until September. I don't know. We'll see. But that is my list for fall. And that way I have something to think about and kind of research and put some sketches together of what I want it to look like. But I think that is my list. I didn't tell you guys that we have been, I think I have told Darlene, but I don't think I've told any. Maybe I told Mary too. I'm not sure, but I haven't told all of you what is going on in our neighborhood. There is a big construction project on the table, and we went this past week to try to convince them to not do this big construction project, and we got shot down. It's a go, but we still have one more meeting to go to, and the big construction project is across the street, directly across the street from our house. They want to build a 4-story apartment complex, and we're trying to stop that, me and the rest of the neighborhood, because we just don't feel like that is a suitable project for our neighborhood. So I don't know if it gets through the next phase, and it probably will because money talks. And if it gets through the next phase, they will start construction in the spring. And I don't know what that looks like for us. Not that we're going to be dealing with the construction, but we will be dealing with a lot of the construction noise. So I don't know what that will be like trying to make videos during that. I have a lot, and I don't know what that's going to look like once they have all those construction vehicles going up and down my street for visitors. So I want you guys to be thinking of me and all of our neighborhood here, and hopes that I think it's in 2 weeks, that the city puts our needs first and decides that's not an appropriate project for our neighborhood. Help me put that out into the universe that it's not a good project for us here on the neighborhood. But that's been on my mind a lot too. And I've been a little bit stressed about it and a little bit sad. But, it is what it is, and we will always make the best of it regardless, right? Right. Anyway, I don't know how that will affect filming in the spring, and we will see. Because I do know that that machinery can be quite noisy, quite dusty, and we'll see. All right. I just wanted to share that with you guys because that's what you do when you have friends. You share. And I am happy that I get to share my life with you. Thank you. Thank you so much for stopping by and visiting me here on Miss Annette's Little Farm in the Big City. Try to get outside today if you can. Take care of yourself and take care of each other. And I will see you next time. Bye. Love you so much.